Hej, hej, witajcie, z tej strony Lechu. Witam was na kolejnym nagraniu z Midnight Suns. Teraz zwiedzimy sobie trochę opactwo. Od razu powiem, że tutaj jeśli chodzi o Charlie, to jedynym sposobem, żeby zwiększyć więź dzięki z nią jest to, że trzeba ją od czasu do czasu pogłaskać. I tak średnio ona też za to będzie nam dawać różne przedmioty, które będzie znajdować w opactwie, które możemy przeoczyć. Fakt, jest to troszkę nudne, ale przynajmniej raz na misję, czy wieczorem, czy jak się wstanie, warto to zrobić, żeby później była mocniejsza. Mam tutaj też skrzynki, ale w tej chwili nie mam żadnych kluczy. Leżą tu też esencje, które są potrzebne do robienia kart, do tworzenia nowych. Później karty można rozbierać, można przerabiać, można enchantować, ale to jeszcze za wcześnie na to. Tutaj w tej gablocie będą pojawiać się rzeczy. Dopiero jak zakupimy specjalny przedmiot, które daje się później bohaterom na integracji.
Now, think you can tell your friend inside there to turn it up a few hundred Kelvin?
I could. However, it might shatter the containment spell preventing him from incinerating this facility.
I think we're good. And just in time.
The forge has certainly changed.
Right. Caretaker said this all happened after your siesta. What spooky castle would be complete without its own Babylonian demon-powered furnace?
Sumerian fire demon. His name is Babs.
Oh, now it all makes sense. Well, once you get past the esoteric terror of the situation, I've found this thing actually has some uses. Molecular bonding, breaking down evil gamma serums, fashion accessorizing.
Yes, speaking of...
Oh, right. It's ready.
Your armor seemed to offer minimal protection against the venom creature.
I noticed.
Yeah, I thought you could use an upgrade.
Well hammered, well fired. Caretaker did not mention that you two were such skilled smithies.
Yep, I am Iron Smithy.
Perhaps you should just try it on. Still think I could have used a cloak.
Stylish, damn near indestructible.
Okej.
Size right. Not bad for our first collaboration.
I still think it could have benefited from a cloak.
You think everything could benefit from a cloak?
No i mam tutaj kolejną rozmowę.
Oh, I've heard the things you whisper to your cape when you think no one's listening. I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn energy efficient? Or carbon neutral? Certainly got that new suit of yours done a lot faster than I expected. Speaking of, what's the verdict, boss?
Dzięki, doceniam staranie.
It's nice having an armorer on demand.
Anytime. I tried to make this version a little less palatable to that symbiote thing. Was this close to making it menthol flavored. But tools are just one part of the equation. You gotta know how to use them too. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so ask away, Hunter.
Co takiego niezwykłego w tym nowym stroju?
I take it this new version is a technological marvel.
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
Brzmi imponująco, ale co to wszystko znaczy?
So it is a marvel then?
Lightweight, nearly indestructible, and modular enough for future upgrades. Frankly, I wouldn't have used your old suit to wax the Mandarin's car.
Okej, chyba niezbyt lubisz magię.
Is all this magic a threat to your new technology?
It might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with rules. Isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
Więc czemu twoim najlepszym kumplem jest
You
czarnoksiężnik?
and the doctor seem to work well together.
Well, no need to put a label on things. The guy is good at making sense of this madness every now and then. He's not talking to his cape.
Widziałeś obecnie coś dziwnego?
Seen anything strange around here?
What, other than my roommate? Boom! Roasted! But on a more serious note, this place is legitimately haunted. Mirrors look back at you. My room rearranges itself. And worst of all, magic cats.
Czarny kot?
Was it suspiciously elusive, even for a cat?
Actually, yes. Thought I was going crazy there for a second, but clearly I'm still firing on all cylinders. It just poofed in next to me out in the yard. Small, black, furry. Cute little thing. Probably some kind of shape-shifting monster knowing this place.
Czym właściwie jest to pomieszczenie?
What sort of things are you doing in here?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while. Basically, we've got a gigantic demon inside the magic box here that provides near limitless power for whatever we might need. Sounds insane, but sometimes it's easier to just go with it.
Nie możemy tego wykorzystać przeciw Venomowi?
Okay. So, why not magically create a way through that symbiote shield?
Have you ever known it to work that way? We can't just wish upon a star here. We need to know what we're making first and put together the right components. Otherwise, I'd have already whipped up Strange a new personality.
Opowiedz mi o sobie, Tony.
You must have an interesting origin story of your own.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, famous socialite. Tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head, and was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I built a supersuit and started fighting crime.
To sporo do przedstawienia.
Yes, we have all had difficult childhoods here.
Yeah, no kidding. I can't tell you how hard it was to memorize all that at Skrull Sleeper Camp. Just kidding. Or am I?
To na razie wszystko.
Thanks for catching me up on things.
Anytime. Oh, and speaking of things, remember that creepy gamma goop you found from that hopped-up Hydra soldier? Well, I gave it a peek, and it explains a lot. If you have a minute, meet me at the anvil over there, and I'll walk you through it. I promise it'll be worth your time.
No okej, fajnie. Bardzo chętnie.
Now, I doubt advanced gamma thermodynamics was a hot topic at ye old demon hunting school, so I'm just gonna give you the condensed version.
I appreciate that.
Closest I've ever seen to this substance is pumping through Bruce's veins. Part gamma accelerant, part unknown element. Calling it coil for now, given its unique atomic structure. Man, I love acronyms. This stuff is more volatile than Nick Fury on a Monday morning. But Hydra doesn't seem to mind.
They're using it to get stronger.
Exactly. A few drops would make your average salamander look like Fin Fang Foom. Thankfully, with a little help from Dr. Spooky and our haunted oven over here, I think two can play at this game.
You are not suggesting we start injecting ourselves with it?
No, 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 no. Nothing like that. Though I can see some future applications for my energy drink line, I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here and I can whip up some pretty fun toys. How about we give Hydra a taste of their own gamma-powered medicine for a change? So, how's the whole saving the world thing going?
No i fajnie. Teraz, jeżeli zbadamy tą cewkę, wyskoczą karty losowe dla Huntera, Doktora Strange'a i dla Blade'a, dla osób, które brały udział w misji. Proszę bardzo.
Let's see what you got here. You're welcome, Hunter.
W tej chwili mogę wybrać tylko jedną z tych kart. Później będzie można enchatować kuźnie i wybierać ich więcej. Jak i więcej ich dostawać. Szczerze... Słaby wybór, ale okej. W takim razie weźmy sobie łańcuch. Kradzież życia. Nie, kradzież życia będzie lepsza.
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in the yard.
No okej. Już idę.
Well, hello there.
Mamy tu jeszcze jedną rozmowę z doktorkiem. Dawaj.
Hunter, your new attire suits you quite well. But how are you holding up on the inside? I know it's easy to look upon me and simply see the universe's utmost authority on all things mystical and macabre, Hunter. However, in addition to being Earth's sorcerer supreme, I am also your doctor.
You mean a physician of the medical arts? You jest.
I assure you, Hunter, I do not jest. They don't call me Mr. Strange, now do they? Except for Tony. Your awakening ritual was admittedly a touch more chaotic than I had originally intended, and, well, after your violent encounter with Venom, my oath to Hippocrates compels me to check in with you. Simply put, how do you feel?
Szczerze bardziej martwię się o ciebie.
You lost much yesterday, Doctor. I am the one who should be asking you how you are feeling.
I appreciate that, Hunter. I admit I did not expect the child of Lilith to have the capacity for such empathy. And you're right, of course. I, for one, do not know if I will ever feel 100% again after the events of yesterday. I still can't believe what transpired, the sanctum, all that knowledge, Wanda, lost, swallowed whole by the black mouth of that foul venom creature. With all my resources, all my gifts, I should have seen this outcome spelled out in the sacred geometry of this universe years ago. But I miscalculated.
Ja też kiepsko radzę sobie z
I'd rather
matematyką.
stand down a horde of rampaging Lilin than face one of Agatha's mathematics puzzles. Sacred or not, geometry be damned.
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't my least favorite requirement in pre-med. Still, if only I had studied harder, I would have reached some deeper understanding that could have altered this outcome.
We will alter this outcome, Doctor.
On that, we most certainly agree, Hunter. It's not just the Sanctum Sanctorum that was lost yesterday, it was my protege, Wanda. She is my charge, my responsibility, and I failed her. But I am determined not to let that happen with you, Hunter, which is why I am here to answer any questions you may have. Perhaps my wisdom may benefit you more than it has me thus far.
Czym właściwie jest Venom?
That creature on the roof. You have run into it before.
Unfortunately, yes. In the simplest of terms, Venom is an alien species living in symbiosis with a human known as Eddie Brock. He's something of a fixture in New York these days, but typically his hijinks are confined to harassing Spider-Man.
Lilik najwyraźniej znalazła dla niego zastosowanie.
My mother has a gift for bringing out the worst in people.
Yes, and in this case, I happen to be the direct victim of her ambition. I fear the sanctum may never be the same.
O symbolach ochronnych sanktuarium.
Tell me about your sanctum's wards of protection. I have never heard of a protection spell that powerful.
In your time, I'm sure you've encountered a variety of minor wards and protective spells. The Sanctum Sanctorum was shielded by one such incantation, but greatly amplified by the convergence of ley lines.
W Nowym Jorku mówiłeś, że nigdy nie przełamano symboli ochronnych.
And no one has ever broken the spell? Ever?
There's always a first for everything, but I had honestly never imagined a scenario in which the wards could be broken. Perhaps it was arrogance on my part, but Lilith is among the more cunning enemies we've ever faced.
Chcę wiedzieć więcej na temat Wandy.
How did Wanda come into your care?
Wanda's story is quite tragic and perhaps not mine to tell. There was an accident on the Abbey grounds not long ago involving Agatha.
Co właściwie się stało?
Must have been some accident.
Agatha had been teaching Wanda, hoping she would learn to control her immense but very raw power. As their training progressed, Wanda was encouraged to push herself further. Eventually, she pushed too far.
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever you like. It's not often I get to converse with a true legend.
Okej, dostaliśmy kolejne plus 2 punkty przyjaźni. Teraz idziemy na dziedziniec.
Welcome to the yard. At least that's what we're calling it these days. Caretaker put me in charge of your training. Too bad she didn't listen to me yesterday. Now that we know what we're up against, I think we can all use the practice. Any questions?
Na temat ciebie?
I did, but they are about you.
Right when it's time to train? From all Sarah told us about you, she never described you as lazy.
Poświęć mi chwilę.
I learn faster if I understand the person who trains me.
I can respect that. Go ahead.
O tobie.
Can I ask about you?
I guess.
Opowiedz mi o swoim imieniu.
Is your name really Blade?
Is your name really the Hunter?
Yes.
Oh, really? Your mom, before she became the mother of demons, looked into your cradle and decided to name her firstborn child the Hunter.
That is how I understand it.
It takes all kinds.
So, is your name really Blade?
No,
What is it?
it's private.
Is it embarrassing?
No, the Hunter, but I only share it with friends.
You do not consider me a friend?
Not yet. Don't take it personally.
Okej. Zawsze byłeś półwampirem?
How did you become a Dhampir?
You say that like I had a choice. I was born this way.
How is that possible?
A vampire bit my mother. Problem was, I was still in the womb. I'm lucky I was even born. Don't know if that's how it always is, but that's the way it went down for me.
Ile masz lat?
How long have you been around?
I don't exactly know. I think of myself as mid-20s, maybe. I lost a lot of time. Much of the last century was a blur. I have occasional memories, almost like coming up for air before being yanked back down into the depths.
What happened?
I killed a lot of vampires. I hadn't lost my mind exactly, but I got into a rhythm and never stopped. Never had a reason to stop. Not until I met Caretaker.
And then?
She gave me a reason to stop.
Skąd się tu wziąłeś?
What brought you to the Abbey?
Caretaker. About 10 years ago, she brought me back to the real world. Gave me a place to stay until I came back to myself.
Did she ever say why?
She said she thought I'd be able to kill more vampires if I was acting on more than just instinct. But I know it was more than that. She gave me safe haven here at the Abbey. Something I'd never known. Must have read half the books in the library by the time I headed out. So when she reached out and asked me to be part of this weird little club, of course I showed up.
O północnych słońcach.
Tell me about the Midnight Suns.
All right.
Why did you join? Vampire hunting is a solitary affair.
Guess I never found the right team.
Is that all?
No, but that's all I'll share for now. You really want to know? Put in the work. If I trust you, I'll have more to say.
Okej. Chcę wiedzieć więcej o członkach twojej drużyny.
What can you tell me about the others?
Nothing. Ask them yourself.
I'm not asking you to break anyone's confidence.
Fine. Which one?
O Niko.
Tell me about Nico.
She's the youngest, but she acts like she's in charge.
Why let her act like that?
She's usually right, and she keeps us on track. I didn't think we'd get along, but we wouldn't be the Midnight Suns without her.
What makes you say that?
She has a lot of heart, and that's why we let her. Anybody else?
O Robbie.
What about Robbie?
He's exactly what he seems. Well, sort of. He's open with people, easygoing. Sometimes that comes across as dopey, but don't get the wrong impression. He's quick to make friends, and once he does, he's your friend for life. So don't let him down, or I'll hold it against you. Anyone else?
Magic.
What do you know about magic?
Keeps to herself.
That is it?
She's a private person. Until she lets you in, that's all you need to know.
When does she let people in?
At her own pace. Respect that, and it'll happen faster than you think. Anyone else?
Dozorczyni.
Tell me what you think of Sarah.
Well, there are a few people I tolerate, even less who I like. Sarah, I respect. She sees the big picture, and we're a part of it. I'd follow her to hell if I had to. And from what I understand, we may have to.
I am surprised she commands such respect.
I'm surprised that you're surprised. You know what she's like more than any of us.
I do.
Who else?
To wszystko.
Nobody else.
Sure.
Co sądzisz o północnych słońcach?
Do you have any thoughts on the team as a whole?
I think we're the only ones aware of the danger Lilith poses to this world. And I think we're pretty green. But enough training will get us through it. Speaking of training, we doing this, or are we gonna keep wasting daylight?
Powinniśmy potrenować.
I am ready to train.
Finally.
Okej.
What's up?
A,
Thanks,
pójdziesz.
Blade.
Sure.
No to tak. Mamy tu kowadło. I możemy ulepszyć sobie już zdolność
We've got
Blade'a.
plenty of tricks for old dogs. No excuses here.
Jako że mamy 3 karty, możemy ulepszyć jej atak i że będzie kosztowała tylko 2, a nie 3 heroizmu. Zróbmy to.
See you around.
Okej, możemy tu z Kapitan Marvel jeszcze pogadać.
Like the way you move out there, Hunter. Guess Dr. Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect. I'm Carol Danvers, but you can call me Captain Marvel. Kidding, Carol's fine. Just thought I'd throw a bone to the Avengers PR team. Not gonna lie, going a few rounds in Vampire Guy's Magic Thunderdome sounds like fun, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Well, not so much fish as that ginormous invulnerable sewer monster that swallowed the Sanctum.
Musi istnieć jakaś droga do środka.
Every lock has its key.
True, if only a man-eating alien demon monster hadn't eaten ours. But that got me thinking. Strange, Caretaker, and the rest of the funky bunch can try and magic their way through that shield all they want. If my time as a pilot taught me one thing, it's that sometimes you've gotta find a workaround. As in Hydra, they've gotta know the way inside. Steve's always said they aren't much for talking, but then again, I'm told I can be rather persuasive when I need to be.
Jak bardzo przekonująca.
Just how far are you willing to go, Captain?
Let's just say that I'm willing to unleash the power of a quantum singularity white hole on them if need be.
Quantum... what?
You'll see. Find me in the war room when you're finished here. There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, and Hunter? Welcome back from the dead.
Pięknie. Kolejny jeden punkt przyjaźni.
Hey,
Hej, hej. Dobra, no
Nothing
to...
is certain these days, but these readings are too distinct to ignore. The gamma signature is...
Sorry, Bruce, we lost you. Did you say Gamma?
Yes,
Hang on a second. Come on, Tony. You managed to stream the Super Bowl to a Kree battleship 50 light years out. This should be easy.
Oh, we waited all year for that game, and you know the Skrulls would have spoiled it for us if they got the chance.
Well, can't you just... I don't know.
Work my magic again? See, that's the problem. This time I am working with actual magic, and let me tell you, it sucks.
No spoko.
The gamma signature is completely inverted. The daughter nuclei are being reabsorbed into the parent nuclei, which is impossible.
If the Gamma signature from the Sanctum is really that unique, Bruce, then couldn't we just...
Sorry, still working out a few gremlins in the system.
Try sunlight, and whatever you do, avoid water.
Oh, wait, you're being serious?
We should be able to track this new Gamma signature to its source then, right? I'd do it myself, but we seem to be having a little IT trouble today.
Please. Old Central here is ready to grind through that data like chum.
What exactly is a central?
CENTRAL. Cognitive encryption, net transmogrification. We'll figure it out later.
Sending coordinates now. Hope your gremlins enjoy gamma spectroscopy.
Well, he's been a little moody lately, ever since, you know, the problem with the big old green guy.
I heard that.
Banner can't turn into the Hulk? Not sure if we should be frightened or relieved.
That makes two of us.
Oh, hey. Come on. Happens to everyone. Well, okay, not everyone.
Nice work, Bruce.
I know that place. Creepy abandoned warehouse in the bad guy part of town.
My favorite kind. Anybody up for paying it a visit?
Definitely.
Aw, see that? Teamwork goosebumps.
Find me when you're ready.
Multi-million-dollar piece of experimental technology. And she kicks it.
Okej. Rozglądnijmy się tu jeszcze trochę, zanim pójdziemy na misję. pozbierać parę rzeczy. Dziennik dozorczyni. Kolejna wiedza. Tutaj mamy znowu coś. Dziennik dozorczyni 13 lipca. Fajnie. Czy jeszcze możemy coś tutaj znaleźć? Aha, tutaj teraz jak będziemy oglądać rzeczy, są też karty do zbierania. Księżyc. Są karty tarota. Też są po całym opactwie rozsiane. Warto je pozbierać. Zaśmiecony stół. Za każdą właśnie taką rzecz odkrytą wiedza tajemna wzrasta, co jest też bardzo przydatne. Skrzynia z fiolkami. Dobra. Peleryna Strange'a. Super sprawa. Kula Agamotto. Zbroja Toniego, oczywiście. Mamy kolejną kartę. Gwiazda. To już mamy 2 z 22. Całkiem ładnie. Tu też się warto troszeczkę rozejrzeć. Oto jedna z tajemnic opactwa. Jeśli uda nam się odnaleźć wszystkie 4 posągi, tak jak żeście widzieli tam wcześniej, wtedy odblokuje nam się złota skrzynia. Mamy też do zbierania składniki, które później będą nam potrzebne do zadań i do kart jednorazowych, a także do wymian. Są tu też pozamykane przejścia, ale w tej chwili jeszcze nie jestem w stanie ich otworzyć. Potrzebuję specjalnej pieczęci, która odblokuje się za jakiś czas. Tak więc na szybko przejdziemy sobie. Symbol wiedźm. Jest tu trochę tych symboli, a później jedno z zadań jest potrzebne, jak będziemy robić zadanie poboczne. Trzeba odnaleźć je wszystkie, żeby przejść dalej i odkryć część kolejnego opactwa, znaczy część opactwa, która jest w tej chwili zablokowana. Zrobimy sobie taki krótki obchód. Mamy tutaj warsztat razem z piekielną bryką. Co tu jeszcze można znaleźć? Zobaczymy. Lećmy na dół. Niestety zamknięte. Jeszcze nie pora na to miejsce, ale trochę grzybów można pozbierać. Mamy kolejną kartę. Słońce. Postaram się później pokazać najciekawsze miejsca opactwa. Tutaj właśnie jest pieczęć pierwsza, ale niestety aktywuje się dopiero w nocy. Co tu jeszcze można zebrać? Oczywiście dzieła sztuki też tu są porozrzucane, trzeba tylko dobrze szukać. Jeszcze tylko pójdziemy do góry. Mamy kolejną lokalizację skrzyni, nie mamy klucza oczywiście na razie. Symbole do otwarcia pieczęcią, której nie posiadam na razie. Dobra. No i tak z grubsza to by było tyle, chociaż jeszcze tutaj po drugiej stronie, no tu są te 4 posągi. A tutaj też jest trochę wiedzy tajemnic. Tajemnej. Will Walker, syn tej ziemi. Jelena Nikowicz wierzyła w dobro i czyniła je.
Interesting.
Endra Moore. Nasza wojowniczka, nasze serce.
Curious.
Jeremiah Kane. Zrywający łańcuchy. Są bohaterowie, którzy chyba byli tutaj wcześniej, przed Hunterem. Albo w tym samym czasie. Tak, tutaj mamy jeszcze pokoje naszych wszystkich superbohaterów. Są tu i mutanty, i mamy kolejną kartę, siła. Mamy tutaj dziwne glify. To jest też do wykorzystania potem, jak odsłonimy taki ołtarz, na którym kamieniami będzie szło odsłonić kolejne skrzynie. Pierwsza z pieczęci, różdżka ognia. Będą nam potrzebne 4 z każdego żywiołu. Tutaj jest pierwsza. Otwarte. Niestety nie mam co tu dać. Nie znalazłem żadnego dzieła sztuki. Właśnie tutaj też możemy upiększać innym pokoje. Mamy basen, w którym możemy odpocząć.
I needed that.
Mamy różdżkę wody przy basenie. Fajnie. Tutaj taki... Tu się leczy rany później. W tym miejscu szybciej się goją. No tu nic więcej chyba nie ma. Na razie. Nie ta strona. Dobra.
So far, this whole thing feels almost like an Avengers operation, except for Blade, right?
Dobra. To by było na tyle w tym nagraniu. Ja się z wami żegnam. Dziękuję, że byliście, że oglądaliście. Mam nadzieję, że było ciekawie. Do następnego nagrania. Na razie, cześć.